Yeah, our guys competed really hard first half, and we guarded well and made some shots, and we got the ball inside, just couldn't finish some plays. Really physical. Would have been great to be able to get to finish some of those or get to the free throw line. We weren't able to. Early part of the second half, and then they're really good when they get a lead of making shots when there's more separation, and they got, as I like to say, feel-good threes going, and they knocked them down and made play after play, and our guys kept making runs back at them, but every time we got it to 8, we'd make a stop and we'd have a turnover that kept us from making the next play or get us a little bit closer. But the thing I would tell you is I'm blessed and I'm grateful and thankful to get to coach these guys, and I wouldn't trade them for any team that was in this tournament.
Questions?
For lack of a better term, it's hard to find the rhythm there for a while, get you going?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do a very good job, and we missed some opportunities that we could have got going. We just, second half, we didn't play as we normally have, and just compounded itself because they're a very, very good team and they're very talented. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they win a game in the tournament. I thought we would. I think they can. I mean, they're better than some of the teams we play. It's the funniest thing that, you know, you get into all these stuff and everybody talks about different conferences and the 6th and 7th team getting into the tournament and all that kind of garbage. And there's all kinds of mid-major teams all over the country that are as good as those teams and have beaten them, and nobody ever talks about them.
You guys have put so much into getting to this point. Possible burden, feel like a burden instead of an opportunity at any point?
Not to me. I don't know about these guys. It was a blessing to get to be where we were. What do you guys?
I mean, we worked all year for this, so to be able to get here is a great opportunity for us, and obviously not getting it done it hurts. You know, this is what we live for.
Langston, how do you guys turn around, get this out of your system, and you know you're going to have another game in NIT since you won the regular season? I know it's hard right now, but how do you get that out of your system and get ready for an NIT game?
We just have to think about that. It's a great accomplishment to be going to the NIT as well, and it's a great tournament, so there are going to be great teams there, and we want to come in there and not just show up to the NIT, but actually win games. So just like last year in the CIT, we have to have a quick turnaround, think about this for a couple of days, and go home and keep working. And when we come back to school on later this week, and keep working and keep fighting it, and we're all trying to make the seniors go out on a W.
What about that step? I mean, CIT last year to NIT, I mean, I know the NCAA was the goal, but the NIT seems like it would be another good step in the right direction for the program.
Yeah, it's a great step in the right direction. As I said before, it's a great tournament, and we just hope to do great things.
So what did they do with their offense differently? Because Comer didn't have that much going against y'all the first 2 times, and what did they do? Or do you think they saw because he just kept driving and kind of rolled career day for him?
We try not to help off a shooter so much because we know he wants to really drive and kick. But today he was being really aggressive, and he was hitting a lot of floaters and a lot of pull-up jumpers, and he played a great game.
He made shots today he hadn't been making, and he'd been turning it over a little more than, especially against us, because we'd done a good job. Today they changed some angles on some screens, and you know, when you don't have a day to prepare for that kind of thing with your big guys, that's a hard transition because they're really good at what they do, spacing the floor. And the first 2 times we were unbelievable at it, and we just weren't as good today. And he finished some of those plays he missed the first couple of games. I mean, no secret really. I mean, he made shots, and we missed a few, and he was special today.
Coach, was there any point in the second half where you thought, this is kind of getting out of hand, it's going to be too much to come back? I mean, was it when they got to 17, or did you still feel like you had plenty of time to come out?
What I told him in, I don't know, 6-minute timeout or whatever, I said, you know, we've got a chance to make history and have the best comeback ever this next 6 minutes. I kept believing, and I think these guys did too. I mean, even minute and a half, 2 minutes, that's what they're made of. That's the kind of champions they are. We weren't champions today, but these guys are champions. There's no doubt about it.
What do they do? Do they do anything on defense that got y'all out of the flow? Because y'all had looks and didn't seem to, they probably got a lot of looks you wanted. They just that quick.
We got a lot of good looks. We just missed some shots today. They contested every shot at the rim, and we just missed some easy ones. Everybody all around.
Yeah, there were some shots. That we took that sometimes we knocked down, sometimes we don't. Our offense was flowing pretty good. I mean, we scored 75 points. That's probably above our average. Defensively, we didn't play so hot, and I think that's kind of where they got momentum and really took over the game. But offensively, we did all right. I mean, 75 is a good game for us, and I don't know. I mean, we didn't hit some of the big shots we needed down the stretch, but I mean, there was no lack of effort, that's for sure.
What did they do the most different? 17 points is by far the biggest lead either y'all had on each other. What were they doing just substantially better that they hadn't done in the first two?
I think Comer was driving the ball a lot harder. When we played him the first couple of times, and after he got off the screen and roll, when our big stepped up on him, he was still trying to drive it a little bit, but not as hard, not looking to finish. This time he was looking to finish every time. So now we had to help over a little bit more sometimes, and even if he missed it, they'll be in position for our offensive rebound.
Was pace an issue? They try and speed it up. You guys try and keep the points lower?
Yeah, I mean, we can play either way, but we prefer trying to execute and run stuff, and they're better in the open court. And we knew, that going in transition defense was going to be a huge element of the game, and rebounding. And we ended up getting the rebounding because we had 16 offensive boards. You don't have to look very far to look for effort. I mean, that right away tells you guys were busting their tail the whole time. I mean, they were just really good today. They made plays. We didn't. It's a one-game deal. That's what I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of other leagues that would be in this same moment. They would still get to keep playing and get that opportunity to go. And maybe someday our league will get to that.
How good of a seed does the ASUN champ deserve in the NCAA tournament?
Well, I mean, they beat Miami, and they're going to win the ACC. I mean, we beat Alabama. They're second in the SEC on the road. So that's what I don't – it's crazy when you look at RPIs and all those things, and they don't take any of that stuff. I mean, we are who we are. I mean, we play who we have to play, but you don't get credit for the games out of conference as much as you should when you're a mid-major. And I think they should be – I mean, they could be as high as a 12 in my estimation, 13. I know Belmont's had great teams and in the past, and they should have been higher than they were in the past.
One last question.
Coach, after the sting of this is over, will you try to get back to the mindset that you had last year going into the CIT as far as more work to do and just that same kind of run you guys went on?
Well, we're hopeful. That's what we talked about in the locker room. I mean, we need to grieve. I mean, they need to hurt. I'm hurting. It'll take a while to get over this. I mean, that's not what we wanted to do. We worked real hard to get to where we were. Now, I told them when they come back Wednesday, we're on spring break, so when they come back Wednesday, just like we did last year, I want you to be thinking about all the good things. Between now and then, I want you to think about what we need to get better at, what you need to individually get better at, what we didn't do well today. And the ones that are returning, you need to etch that in stone and be ready to go again.
A lot of juniors on the team. FGCU has gotten better you guys the last 2 seasons, but with a lot of juniors, anticipate doing something better next year against them?
Absolutely.
We hope so.
Just like we did this year. I mean, we lost a senior starter that scored, 11, 12 points a game. We thought it was going to be tough, but then Trav came and stepped up. We got a bunch of guys that are coming in, young guys or guys that weren't playing so much right now, but they're guys that could have been in those roles right now, and they're going to step up and fill those shoes, and we're going to come in ready. We're going to come in hot, ready to rumble next year.
What these guys have helped us do, and the guys that have gone before them, we don't have a team. We have a program, and so that's what's going to happen. And you're going to have guys step up and make plays, and year after year we pray that's what transpires, because that's when you're in the right place, and I believe we're headed in the right direction that way.
Thank you, gentlemen.